Hello friends, good evening. Today I'm going to discuss a new feature in Odoo 19 to split the personal and professional expense within the vendor bill. So the feature is very good and you can start configuring that feature by first configuring the chart of account. So I have put an example of separating out my telephone expense bill with company and personal telephone expense because I am using the same phone for my personal use also and company use also. So if now I want to register a bill into company and also include my share, which is considered as a personal telephone expense, how we can do that? So over here in journals, now I am creating a new journal called telephone expenses. Type will be purchase, and then you will see a default expense account I have make, that is telephone expenses, and private share account, which is the new feature where you can add personal telephone expense a separate ledger or journal. Now after setting up that, you can create any new vendor bill. You can select that particular journal and then pass your accounting entry. So telephone expense will be your default expense account over here, and then you can pass on, let's say you are making 1500 rupees of expense, and then over here you will see a new field, how much contribution of profit percentage you would like to include. So let's say you are putting 60% as a professional amount out of this 1500. So over here in journal items you can see clearly, like this 1500, out of that you can see the telephone expense should be registered. Let's say I'm putting 20. Let me create a new bill, change to this, and then telephone expense is coming. And what I will do, I will put 1500, and then in my profession I would like to split 60%. So over here now you can see the telephone expense, the total expense is 1500 rupees. Out of that 600, that is 40% of it will be deducted, which is my which is company's contribution, and then rest 600 will be go to personal telephone expense under the private part as a label. So now apart from registering a bill, you will clearly see the company is bearing 900, and then 600 goes to personal telephone exchange as a 60% professional rate. So when you do this particular billing, I will put telephone vendor as a bill, and then once I run my profit and loss, I will say telephone expense as a 900 and personal telephone expense as 600, where now I can clearly see how much contribution goes to personal level and how much goes to the company as a professional level. So that's how you can even split many different type of billings and personal and professional contribution with percentage recognition in vendor bill by setting up a journal and the ledger accounts inside that. Hope this will help many people to split the private share account from the professional. If they are owner, they are proprietor, they can register this kind of expenditures in their regular vendor bills by recognizing private share account and its percentage in vendor bill. Thank you guys. Have a good day.